Foundry Works Studio has done it again, filling a gap that Mega themselves probably never will. Today we're going to be looking at the Brutal Loot Ultimate Pack. Brutal Loot was available in a couple different ways. You could buy them as a blind bag, so there are 5 Mutilator and Knife variants available, and if you bought 1, 2, 3, however many you wanted, you just get a random selection. I bought the Brutal Loot Ultimate Pack because it was guaranteed 1 of each variant because I wanted to show you guys all the variants. So let's go ahead, jump in, and start off with the base silver and red. So I brought out old Craig for this one. He's gonna show off this particular Mutilator. So you get 2 things with each kind of set. You get a knife, which the knife, I believe, is based on the one that's attached to the Halo Infinite, like, Brute chest plate. I don't remember what it's called, but the knife is on there. This is pretty cool. It's a slightly bendy plastic, but it does fit pretty well in his hand. You get a nice sharp point on the one side and then a blade looking section on the other. There's nice detail on here. Overall, it's just a pretty nice accessory. You can use it for your Spartans, you can use it for your Brutes, basically whatever you want. And then the Mutilator itself looks brilliant. I mean, all the detail you would really want is here, even down to a little diamond on the back to show where the buttons are. The interesting thing about the Mutilator is that it's actually 2 parts. So you get this shotgun that's just basically a long shotgun, and then you get the different color grab hammer end. This just kind of slides on. Now, I almost recommend putting a tiny dab of glue in there to keep this from coming off, because I think it would be easy to lose the grab hammer end. It fits in the hand here really well. The handle's well done. It's a softer plastic, but it's not as soft as some of the other Foundry Works weapons that I've gotten. It's not annoyingly soft, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Shaping, it's just brilliant. I think the size is also brilliant, and I'm very pleased to see such a good, solid, basic color scheme. The Halo Heroes Trailblazer is here to help show off the next variant, which is a black and gunmetal version. And I think this version is a great, just multiplayer version, great, basically one size fits all. If you had to just have one, I would probably go with this one. The red and silver is very good for Banished Brutes, but I think this works for basically everyone else. You can see in the smashing position, that looks great. Like, that's a really cool pose. Looks fantastic. Initially, I thought maybe the grab hammer end was too small, but after looking at in-game images, I don't really think that's the case. It's great. I absolutely love this. And then this one comes with a black version of the knife, which is, again, great. No difference in the molding, except there is a little tiny leftover sprue. I guess they didn't trim that all the way off. Not a huge deal, but black is a very useful color to have for this sort of a knife. So this is probably my least favorite variant. There is this active camo one, which is, it does not stick well in this particular active camo Brute's hands. He was gonna help show this off, but the knife fits in this hand, so that's actually kind of cool. I don't mind that. But sticking this in his hand, it's like, it's kind of floppy. I also don't love that it's translucent red. I feel like if we were gonna have an active camo version, we just needed a straight up active camo. It looks odd with a translucent red, because now it's not true active camo. I'm just not a huge fan of active camo in general. So this one is like, yeah, I could take it or leave it. The knife is kind of a cool addition, but that's about it. This one's pretty cool. I don't know if this is based on an actual in-game coating or not, but this is a light silver with a purple kind of sparkly smashing end. And I thought it worked really good for this Brute from the Razorback. The purple's not quite the same, but it's close enough that I was like, yeah, this guy is going to now own a nice silver and purple Mutilator. Looks fantastic. And of course you get a knife with it. This is just a light silver, super useful, probably one of the most useful variants of this knife overall. Yeah, I really don't have any complaints about this. The end, of course, can come off, so you could theoretically make some pop and swaps. So you could put, I don't know, the gold end on this or the red end on this, but I don't know if I'll be doing that. But that would be the downside to gluing it, is that you could no longer pop and swap and make your own color combos. And the final variant basically is perfect for this estate gold guy. I mean, look at this. It's the white kind of silver with a gold smashing end. It looks very similar to the rest of the weapons from the estate gold team. in Multiplayer Mayhem. This one, I feel like it's a little squishier than the others, maybe, and it has a harder time fitting in this guy's hands, probably because this guy's hands came a bit warped and I had to do some fiddling to make him be able to hold it. But I do think that the color works really well for this dude. The gold matches well. I think the gold end here is a great color. And the knife actually comes in gold too, instead of the white kind of silver. I think this is a lot better. I don't know who the heck I'm going to use a gold knife for. Maybe the gold Brute Chieftain, but it's cool. And I do think having this very clearly multiplayer Spartan with a very clearly multiplayer coded weapon looks great. Aside from the squishy plastic, or maybe because of the squishy plastic, sometimes the paint can get damaged by having your figures hold them, taking it in and out of the hands. So I would almost recommend giving these a top coat. I typically do that for Foundry Works stuff because in my experience, they have not quite nailed their paint. So we can check some of the other ones and see. Let's see, did this one get scratched at all? Yeah, you can see a little bit where the fingers were. So it's just a thing that can happen. I would recommend giving these a top coat if you have some laying around. It will change the finish of them a little bit, but I would think that's kind of more worth it than having your paint scratch off. So there you have it. That is the Foundry Works Brutal Loot Pack. Now, as with most Foundry Works stuff, these are limited runs, so if you missed out, that is unfortunate. They do sometimes do reruns, and I would hope this is something that they'll remake in the future. They did that with the SOCOM packs, and I was able to get the original SOCOM pack that I had missed out before. If you want to see that video, I will put the card up in the corner. So I would say, please go follow Foundry Works on their socials. Go make sure you've got their website bookmarked, and if there's a drop coming up, be there and do your best to get it, because these are essentially the future of what Mega is going to look like if we want new stuff. Because until Halo gets some traction, or I don't know, Mattel gives Mega some traction again, this is what we're gonna get. And so far I'm pretty pleased with it. I would love to see them continue to up the quality, continue to up the durability of the paint, continue to experiment with plastic types. I would hope eventually we could get to more hard weapons that are molded similar to Mega's actual ones. But for now, I am very pleased to have Mutilator variants in my collection. I love using the weapon in-game, and it's great to be able to pose my figures using them. I need to do some photos with these. So I'll put the links to all of Foundry Works stuff down in the pinned comment and in the description. Highly recommend you go check them out. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.